not interested. Not interested. They're not interested. So, yeah. All right, I'm trying to see if they're gonna let this go out on Facebook. So maybe it's on YouTube. Then they won't let it go. They don't want people talking about it. So they got that on lockdown already. That is on lockdown. They don't want it at all. So this might just be YouTube. Yeah, that's where we are. That is where we are. All right, we'll bring YouTube up. That is a damn shame. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Let me see. That's supposed to be. All right. But it's probably going to be YouTube only then. They have no interest at all. Oh, no, it looks like it might go up. Okay. All right, well, there you go. That's good to see. All right, this is going to be a quick one. Just going to be a quick one. Let me see. My mic is on. All right. I'm trying to do my slavery. I can't even do my slavery because I'm getting all these little pop-ups. Everybody's excited about another mass shooting. I'm just trying to eat my eggs. I got slavery to do today. So, we can talk about it for a minute. Get out of here. Nope. I have no idea what happened. Didn't even look at it. Didn't even look at it. I have no idea. But I know everything that happened. Because it hadn't changed. The mass shootings aren't going to... It's always the same thing. So no, I haven't looked at the details. And more will come. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. And you're going to keep having these problems. Because we don't listen to the professionals. We listen to the disaster capitalists. That's why mass shooting occurred. All right. It's just a little slow this morning. Let me try to get the comments on. This is going to be a quick one because the mass shootings happen all the time. Literally all the time. All the freaking time. All right. Yeah, it doesn't look like, Facebook is, I thought Facebook was going to be on. Nope, probably not. That's okay. Maybe it'll kick on, maybe it won't. I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. Boom, boom, boom. Because it hasn't changed. No, I'm not. Oh, you know what? I do want to post that. Nah, I'm not gonna post that. I have to bring up Facebook just in case that comes through. It's just going to be us here this morning because it only got a minute. So not a minute. I only got a little bit. So another mass shooting happened. Nobody should be surprised. Only a fool would be surprised. Only a fool would be surprised. Right? Good morning, Sheep. How you doing? It's stupid. It's stupid. We know why these things happen when we listen to the professionals. But nobody listens to the professionals. They listen to the disaster capitalists. I have no idea what happened. I haven't looked at any of the news. I know headlines. Somebody mentally ill, shot, killed other people, was stabbed, something, grenade, whatever. It's all the same damn thing. And everybody's upset. And then everybody after that has energy to make, right? Because after that, then they figure out, how do I take this and use this to not solve the problem, but to make the problem sustainable, to gain energy, right? To get votes, to get money, to get people in my political party, to get the guns off the street, to, I don't know, get a higher wall, get ICE more weaponry. I have no idea. I have all types of inbox messages about this mess, and it's silly and stupid. It's silly and stupid. You have a kill machine for a government. The politicians the politicians have been in bed with the big corporations that are poisoning the population. Come on. Poison in the water, pharmaceuticals making people go nuts, starving kids in trailer parks and ghettos and barrios, besides the fact staging mass shootings all over the world every damn day. And I'm supposed to lose my mind and jump behind some politicians on a sword happening here. They murder people all day long. And there's absolutely no concern or consideration from the public. So no, I'm not flipping. Let's say that. I'm not flipping. Because they've made mass shootings sustainable. They make the people mentally ill and bad things happen. The people don't want to listen to professionals, and it keeps happening over and over and over again. It looks like Facebook is trying to decide if it wants to come up. So I got my inbox and was asking, first of all, I don't know why he asked me anything. I don't know why he asked me anything. It's like asking Ja Rule when Hurricane Katrina happened. Why you want to talk to Ja Rule? When bad things happen, you go to the people who did the research. They told you why it happens. You have a government that starves people. When you let people grow up in a conflict of a society for a nation, they become very violent. So whether it's MK Ultra, it's happened, didn't happen, false flag or not, this is all disaster capitalism. Everyone trying to get other people on their side, agreeing with them on what happened so they can have some gains, they can gain some energy. And I just don't. I think when these things happen, you have people who give a damn about those who died and people who don't. And I guess now you might have a third category. You might have a category of people who don't understand that they're always being played by this stuff, right? And I'm just not interested in being played, so I didn't look at it. I don't need to know the details because it's gonna happen again. We staged mass shooting. I didn't hear anyone talking about Yemen's mass shooting yesterday. How about Yemen's mass shooting? How about Africa? How about Latin America? How about Honduras? How about anywhere else we're doing mass shootings? I don't hear anyone complaining about that yesterday or 2 days ago. So I feel kind of guilty focusing on just American mass shootings and not giving a damn that it happens all over the world and everyone's voting for it. You know, 3 days ago, everyone was lined up. They couldn't wait to vote for the next mass killer to put in office. You know, and to me, that's massive apathy, ridiculously ignorant apathy. If you live by the sword, you don't live in peace in your own nation, right? Because a government that doesn't care about bombing children, they're not going to care about making mentally ill people in your country. They're not going to care. They're not going to do anything about it. And so they're not. You have corporations that are poisoning the population for rights. I think the poisoning part, that might actually be a side effect. What they're doing is they're taking rights, and how they get rights is by scaring people. So they scare you. They let bad things happen. They got drugs to sell. It makes people go nuts. They want the price of tomatoes to go up. They want the price of bread high because they make more money when that happens. And you got these big corporations that are in bed with the government. So of course government's going to go along with it. And they're not going to do anything. So I don't watch the news because I don't actually believe the news. It doesn't really matter. You got poor people do bad things to survive. That's it. And some of them just lose their mind one day and they kill a bunch of people. To me, that's unfortunately how it's going to go until we evolve, until people get out of this group up with this side to force another side, and neither side's getting anything. Let me show you this picture real quick. And then I am going to go because I've got things to do and I don't have time for apathy. I don't have time for being more concerned when bad things happen to America and not giving a damn when America does bad things for profit all over the world so I can live a more cushy life. You see this right here? This was from the Black Mirror, right? This was the Black Mirror episode where people vote, right? They vote for everybody. Everybody gets a rating. So everything you do all over society, you walk around and you rate everything. Remember this episode? If you didn't watch it, you should watch it. And what it basically explained is that it was karma. This is a karma app. That's what it is. And we've always had it. It's just now in electronic form. See, karma has always been watching. Since day one, karma's been rating you on everything you do, right? Are you nice to people? Are you kind to people? Are you a liar? Are you a killer? Are you this? And you're getting rated all the time by karma. We've always had it. these rating devices. They've always been around. And I'm glad Black Mirror made it obvious. Right? So we're being rated by karma for blowing up nations and killing kids and genociding people all over this planet. Karma does what it does. And it's a shame too, because it's always innocent people who pay the price. But who's to blame for the mass shooting? Us. 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 No one else. That's it. Us. We don't listen to the professionals. We have a nation that makes profit making people mentally ill by taking their rights because they created a left and a right, this mass polarization to give corporations all the people's rights to make captive customers. You know, from a drug war to mass incarceration to everything else. You know, so, you know, it unfortunately was supposed to happen, and it's gonna happen again. It's not over. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna keep getting worse. I don't come on here and do this every day because I don't have nothing else to do. Okay? I come on here every day and do this because I listen to the boring lectures that nobody else does from the neuroscientists and behavior scientists, and they tell you that this is how society's gonna go, and it's gonna keep going this way until we start asking them how to fix the problems instead of the NRA and the gun control people and the politicians and other people who have profit to make from it. They're just disaster capitalists. Stop listening to the disaster capitalists. It doesn't really matter the conspiracy theories. None of it matters. People die, fix the problem. Go to the professional. What do? Stop starving people. Stop keeping water and energy from people because you can make more profit doing that. Start building homes for people. Care for people. That's it. That's it. Short of that, we're waiting till the mass shooting hits 7 billion. That's it. Hypocrisy in America is too damn high. It is, Sheep. Listen, that's really what it comes. Oh, that reminds me of that guy. You remind me of the guy, too damn high. The price of rent is too damn high in New York. And that's what it is. The hypocrisy is too damn high. And it's everywhere. It's even in that community you call the truth community. It's everywhere. It's left, right, front, center, back, upwards, downwards. It's everywhere but the professionals who actually do the research, who actually get paid because they have careers to solve problems. But we don't listen to them because they're not as entertaining as Bernie and Joe Biden and Trump and Obama and all the rest of the disaster capitalists that take these atrocities and figure out how to make profit from them. Profit. Everybody's making profit from it. From the politician to getting votes to support for the campaigning people to people who just get more friends because they post something. It's all capital. It's all energy. Everybody's getting energy when people die. And the only real victims in any of it are the families and the people who die when this stuff happens. You need to check your rating. That's my point. That's my point. You need to check your hypocrisy, you need to check your apathy, and you need to check your rating on the Karma app. That's what you need to do. You have a kill machine for a government. Stop voting for it. Stop supporting it. It's not a government, it's an oligarchy. It doesn't hate you. It doesn't want to exterminate you. It doesn't give a damn about you. It just has money to make. There's no great evil. There's no Satan at the top of the government or anything. It's just a corporation that works with other corporations that want to make money. And how do they make money is divide and conquer. It actually is that simple. Check your rating. That's all I'm going to say. Every day I wake up and I try to say, I check my rating. How did I live yesterday? How can I be a better person today? What was my rating on war yesterday? What was my rating on peace yesterday? Am I trying to make the world a better place? Am I looking out for more people? Am I feeding more people? And have I met more people to understand their point of view in this little psychopathic third rock from the sun? And then try to beat who I was yesterday. And that's it. Was I gonna vote for more war criminals? Was I gonna vote for more war? Have I been doing that? Am I voting for people who take money from the pharmaceutical industry that makes people go nuts on psychotropic drugs 3 or 4 months down the road, years after the road, after their body learns how to filter it out of their system and they go back to seeing ghosts or demons or whatever, and they finally get to a point where they shoot something up. That's all you do. You got to check your karma rating. And when America checks its karma rating, then it should be obvious why mass shootings happen. We keep cheering the disaster capitalists. We give control over other people and 300 million lives to people who don't give a damn about 7 billion lives. They're just trying to get a retirement. The government could have fixed mass shootings long ago. They don't want to. And in walks the gun control people. Got to get the guns off the street. And I guess I'm pretty sure he used a gun. Like I said, I didn't look at the details. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing every day. You could literally take this video and you could play it every mass shooting. And the facts have not changed. The person's mentally ill in a nation that literally makes people mentally ill. But evidence of that, soldiers. They make them mentally ill. They turn on their warrior genes in boot camp and send them to other nations to murder people because a corporation wants money. Right? Troops come back, the warrior gene gets turned off, and then you give them, they have something called PTSD. It's not PTSD, it's called humans aren't supposed to murder people. That's what it's called. You're not supposed to have a government that makes people crazy so they go murder other people for oil companies and energy companies and rubber companies and any other dumb stuff that they come up with. That's what it's not PTSD. It's called humans aren't supposed to murder each other. That's not what we are. And anytime you have that, you're supposed to stop. You're supposed to cut it out and fix the problem. But we're not going to fix the problem. And I will admit that I did see something on my timeline that some kids died in the shooting, and that always pisses me off. And I'm trying to keep it light because I got to get out of here, and I'm not trying to flip out. I'm not yelling at anyone. I'm just saying it's the same damn thing. Same damn thing. Bad things happen. People don't give a damn about the people, but they put some tears in their eyes and they'll pretend they do the same way the politicians do. And they want to gain from the disaster capitalism. So they start to tell you a side effect issue to keep the mass shootings happening, to make it sustainable for whatever they want. Whether it's likes on Facebook, whether it's votes in the ballot, whether it's more people in their political party, whether they got some scanners or something to sell and metal detectors, whatever it is. It's just disaster capitalism. That's it. All right, I'm done. I didn't want to get in here and it's just crazy to me. It's crazy. I think I got a message said there was another mass shooting. I guess after, I don't know. I'm not even looking at that one. I don't need to. I live in America. My eyes are open and I see what's happening. The vast majority of my friends are getting treated. And the government's in bed with corporations, and the corporations make big money from taking rights from those people and putting them in abject poverty, in bad situations, abusive situations. When you have a government that's actually not looking out for its people, and it just keeps prodding the bull, or better yet say the bear, keeps poking the bear, keeps poking the bear, keeps poking the bear, keeps poking the bear. Eventually the bear is gonna bite. And that's what people vote for. That's what they're voting for. They're voting for a system that's not looking out for people. They're voting for a system because of their ego mostly. Their ego. They like being in a political party. I don't know how this turned into a don't vote video. I really don't care if you do vote or you don't vote. I'm just saying I'm not surprised by the mass shootings, and I'm never gonna be, because this hasn't changed. It's the same thing. They make money working with corporations and convincing you that they don't. And the corporations don't want you to shoot yourself. They don't want you to shoot other people. Well, the gun companies do, I guess. The scanning companies do, I guess. Gun controllers do, I guess. But the vast majority of corporations, they just want to sell their drugs. They just want to build some prisons. They just want to go rob other people. Right? And so no, I'm not even looking. And besides the fact, why would I look anyway? Why would I look at the news? Do you trust the news? Do you literally trust the news that comes from 6 corporations that are mostly all pro-war? Does the news like or dislike mass shootings? Or do they just not care? They just want more of them because they sell more papers. They get more likes, like how you get likes and friends on Facebook because you post a video, I guess, and it goes viral about MK Ultra did the mass shooting or the Manchurian candidate or whatever that nonsense is. The newspapers are the same thing. You know, do I trust the newspapers who aren't doing any reporting on why they're still covering up 9/11, why they're still covering up the murder of Martin Luther King, why they're still covering up JFK's murder, why they're still covering up the USS Liberty? Do I care what a media has to say? Do I care what the CIA, the FBI, or these people have to say? They're going to lie to me. If I go watch the news, I don't think I'm going to hear the truth. They're going to tell me what I need to hear, so I will make a decision that they want me to make to change my behavior for their disaster capitalism, whether it's to sell a paper or to get me to want the FBI to take some sort of right, or a politician to write a law. No, I'm not interested. It's going to be lies. I got the details. People died and they shouldn't have died. And more people are going to die because we're not going to change. That's it. I'm done. That's it. So I'm not going to watch the news because I understand who they are. They're disaster capitalists. I'm not going to listen to politicians. They're disaster capitalists. I'm not going to listen to anybody other than the professionals who say fix people. That's it. Fix people. Fix people. Not fix the American people. Not fix Yemen. Not Congo. People are broken. We don't live in a time where we need capitalism or socialism or any of the isms anymore. We have robots that can do everything and heal the entire planet. We need a paradigm shift. That's it. All right, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. Are these mass shooters ISIS? Adrian Sheepless, I don't know. I actually don't care. I don't care. And because the reason I don't care, because whether it's ISIS, it's ISIL, it's Al-Qaeda, it's CIA, it's Russia, it's China, it's white nationalists, it's Al-Qaeda, or it's Bloods, it's Crips, it doesn't matter. It's the same fix applies, right? And that's why I'm saying that the details of it doesn't matter. It doesn't change any of the research the behavioral scientists and neuroscientists did. Doesn't matter. I'm sure somebody will say it's ISIS. I'm sure someone who doesn't like ISIS, or who created ISIS, I'm sure someone will say it's the Bloods who doesn't like the Bloods or the Crips. I'm sure someone will say it's MS-13 who doesn't like them, or they want to build a border wall. I'm sure somebody will say anything. Somebody will say, as a white man, see? And why do they do that? They have something to gain. That's it. They get that ego credit. They don't get votes, but they'll get an ego hit. Ha ha ha. I've convinced everybody that white men are evil. Told you. I've convinced everybody that ISIS is evil. None of it matters. If you fix people, why is ISIS even there? Because there are people who are upset and don't have the things that they need, because we went to their land and blew up a bunch of stuff and recruited people and gave them a name and called it ISIS, and we paid for it. So fixing the problem for ISIS, whether it's any of those groups, is all the same. Stop starving people, stop killing people, stop robbing from people, stop voting for a system that requires that of every single politician you put in it. That's it. That's it. So it doesn't matter the details. The problem hasn't changed. We just don't listen to the people who are paid to fix the problem. That's it. All right. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You can't live by the sword and expect the sword to not live within you. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here unless y'all got a question or two, and I'll post it out on Facebook. It is not going on Facebook, but they do not want people. They want to control it. That's just how they need to control the narrative, and they control the narrative by controlling what the population hears. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Trump has fast-tracked GMOs through the alphabet agencies. And that's another side, Kia, right? Like the whole distraction aspect. There's profit in that. There's disaster capital in that. Get the people to look this way while you smack them in the head the other way. And nobody will talk about it. Same thing. When Dr. Sebi proved in the Supreme Court in New York that he cured, HIV and cancer and sickle cell anemia and diabetes. He cured all those things with herbs. The very next day, Tawana Brawley happened and the news dominated that. So there's the distraction capitalism, right? It's all energy. Everybody has something to gain. Get you to look this way so they can do that the other way. And I'm just not interested in being played. I'm not interested in what they have to try to teach me. We have a world that has to change. We have a paradigm that has to completely change. You need a government that doesn't write laws, but a government that looks out for its people, if you have a government at all. The only purpose of government is to get rid of itself. The only purpose of a sentient government is to get rid of itself. It's not to write laws to use force and violence and fear and terrorism to force the population to do what they want, because we're still lost in this patriarchal model of using force. The government's supposed to help people. That's it. That's it. Okay, I gotta go. Y'all have a good day. That's it. Disaster capitalism. Stop focusing on it. Let it go. We can evolve and move on, but we gotta stop listening to the criminals. We gotta stop voting.